Pennsylvania.
Jack and Janet Smurl claim that an evil presence has found its way into their home.
8 people live in this house. 8 people have experienced this. 8 people are not crazy.
So, when did this start?
Heather's confirmation.
7th of September.
There's something in the attic. Ed, there's an evil here. Something I've felt before. This thing in your house is a demon. It's the first one that we ever encountered. We were young. We were scared. We ran away. And after all these years, it wasn't done with our family.
Saint Michael, defend us. Be our safeguard against the devil.
In nomine Patris, et Filii et Spiritus Sanctus, by the power of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I don't know how to protect you this time.
Boom, there you go. That was The Conjuring Last Rites in theaters right now. I'm KUYA P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things The Conjuring Last Rites are a pair of its stars. They play young Ed and Lorraine Warren. I have Madison Lawlor and Orion Smith. Thank you both for your time. What are the vibes right now? I have to ask you because I was just reading. Like, y'all killed it in the box office. Like, biggest opening in horror film's history right now. I think it overtook it. What's the vibes right now? That's crazy.
The vibes are high. The vibes are high. Yeah, it's really amazing. It's so incredible how many people have come out to support and watch the movie. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, so exciting, you know, because you see it and it's building up to it and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. But now that it's out and like has been so acknowledged by so many people, it's just the best thing in the world.
I love it. Love it for you guys. That's just mind blowing, right? As a fellow creative filmmaker actor, I'm like, man, it would be awesome to be in something like this. And now, like, with this happening, this is supposed to be the last film. Like, people are already talking, we're going to spin off now. Maybe with young Ed and Lorraine, who knows what may happen. So with that energy, let's talk about stepping into these signature roles, right? That Vera and Patrick put together so amazing. And now you're stepping into the younger versions and giving life to that story. If I could go to you, Madison, you know, finding out you were booked, you landed this. I know you're a filmmaker as well. Salute to you on both sides of the camera. I love that.
Back at you. Thank you.
What was it like?
You know, I think it's as you kind of alluded toward, this massive shoes to fill. Vera is so incredible as Lorraine, as an actress in general, as a human. And I think for me, I was so ecstatic and overjoyed to be joining this universe and incredibly grateful. But also it's like, okay, pressure's on. You gotta show up and do everyone proud. So I think I was extremely excited, but I also, there's a certain amount of pressure. It's already been established. It has fans who are very familiar with Lorraine as a certain way. And it's, you just want to do right by everyone.
I feel that. All right, Orion, how about you? You're still kind of young in the game. Where were you? What were you doing? And then you booked this. What was it like stepping as Ed Warren?
It was so cool. I got this audition walking out of a horror movie. So I checked my phone and I saw I had the audition. I was like, no way, how about that? And I was a fan of the Conjuring. So even just getting the audition alone was like, this is so cool. This is amazing. And I immediately called off work and went that night, filmed with 3 of my buddies, and we're moving around the apartment, like shooting this audition, and ended up, going to the callback with Madison a couple weeks later and booking it. And kind of to her point, it was like so cool. And then you're like, oh no, the pressure's on. This is like, gotta do this justice, gotta, get in the mindset of Ed Warren that has been portrayed by Patrick Wilson so beautifully through so many movies. How can I do this justice and do justice to the audience as well?
All right. So amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Orion. So we booked the gig. Now we got to get chemistry. You two got to be husband and wife. When did y'all first meet up? What was that like? What were maybe some notes you had back and forth on how, like, what you wanted to bring to the character before we started rolling on camera? Back to you, Madison.
Yeah, I mean, we first met at the callback, and that's already a bonding situation. I think, you shake hands and then you immediately go and cry and scream with each other. So it's like all barriers and all walls get broken down. But I think Orion and I have a similar sensibility, and we both care a lot about, what we do. We cared a lot about this project, and it was very easy to feel connected to Orion and to trust him as a partner in crime. I think we really have to have each other's backs. And I think for me too, it was so important. The relationship of Ed and Lorraine is sort of the beating heart of the whole franchise. And so capturing that was so important. And I think really that is just like this unwavering sense of trust. And I really felt so supported by Orion, and we were in the trenches together, and that kind of connects you immediately,
Love that. What was your thoughts of that conversation, Orion?
Yeah, similar, like straight from the callback, there was such a connection between us that we were willing to go to these depths immediately. And then straight from that, when we were cast in London, we didn't know a whole lot of people, right? It was like a different country where we were shooting. So we would get coffee together and just talk about the parts, talk about our lives, talk about everything, and just kind of build this connection. And the town we were in was actually so small that we had there was one coffee shop that we would always go to. And even on the days we weren't planning on seeing each other, like one of us would be getting coffee and be like, hey, no way, what's up? How's it going? So it's just like we created this bond by spending so much time together in such a short period of time.
Love that. Love that when we get a set family together, right? It's like your second family. It's so amazing. It makes just what we do so everything. All right. So y'all scene is the kickstart of this whole film. And you got to do this birth. I'm curious as actors, right? As fellow actors, do I want to give a lot? Do I need to pull back? I'm curious with you, Madison. You've got to scream. You've got to do a lot, everything. I can't even imagine the task that you have to do as a woman to pull that off. But then with you, Orion, am I doing too much? What are the levels there? Can you tell me, pulling off that scene, how much energy you put into the thought when you got around to that birth, if you will? Madison.
I feel like it's sort of the really wonderful, beautiful thing about horror is it's the stakes are so high. The world everything is heightened. And not only that, but the circumstances that we're dealing with are life and death. They are probably the most horrifying thing that could actually happen to a parent. And so I think you can't hold back. You just have to completely find the truth of that. Don't ever do anything that isn't truthful. But the truth of that circumstance is the stakes couldn't be higher. So for me, it felt like, there's no rules there. You can completely just let go of all control and really be in that experience, which is brutal physically and emotionally. So for me, there was just no holding back. It was just letting it all go. And when you're giving birth, all those things, there's no self-consciousness there. You're just so submitted to that, you kind of don't have control. So I kind of use that as my barometer. I'm like, well, she's not in control. I'm not going to try to control this. I'm just going to be in it. And that was sort of what level I found.
Gotcha. I don't know if you've had a child before. No. As a parent, like I know what it is because I've done it, but then still as an actor, how to bring that to the screen, right? So did you ask other people, what was it like? Or just you let yourself go, which is real what it happens. You just kind of got to let yourself go. Talking to my wife, that's what she said.
I've never given birth, but it was incredibly and thankfully they had a midwife there who really guided me through not only just what a standard birthing process would be, not that anyone is standard, but a traumatic birth. There's something really bad happening, something's wrong with the baby, there's bleeding, what that feels like, what that looks like, where you breathe from, where you yell from, all of that, because of where the pressure is in your body is very specific. So working with an expert on birth was incredibly helpful. And yeah, she was incredible. She was amazing.
Awesome. Salute to her. Orion, for you, again, as men, like, am I doing enough? Am I doing too little? What was that like for you? And was this one of your biggest challenges as an actor?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the nose. And, I haven't had any kids, but, talking to fathers about it, there is a lot of like, that moment really is not about you. And this scene, like, also not about you. So, like, doing whatever I can to be with her and to be present with her was all that I could do. And so even shooting the sequence, just like going through an intense scene and then having a 10-minute break sitting in the tent together, just being like, how can we be present through all of this? How can we just kind of make it through together? And, that's really how I approached it after like really trying to get in the mindset of being a father and being married and being absolutely in love with someone, and then so much going wrong so fast.
Amazing. I got to tell you guys, that scene, it pulls you into the rest of the movie, like really endears you to the characters. And I was on my way. I have to say, and no shade to the other Conjurings, this was my favorite of the Conjurings. And it kept my attention all the way through. I was entertained. And I think it's to making you connect with the characters. And y'all seen how to pull it off to carry the rest of the film. So was it a week of shooting? How quick was y'all's work? And then you get to enjoy seeing now it becoming this monster hit that it is.
Oh my gosh, no, that's the surprising part. We were there for like 6 weeks, and even the very end part of that sequence, we shot for 3 days, just that end birthing part. So it's cool because you, on a film of this scale, you do get to have the time to really work through things. But all over in the grand scheme of things, it's a blip in time. So it is crazy. A year ago, we were just about to start shooting and it goes by so fast, and now it's in the world, and it's crazy.
The baby's out there now and we're all loving it.
Out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about for you, Orion, post filming into now and where it's a huge hit?
I mean, it's so incredible, but yeah, like so much effort, right? That was by far the most effort I've ever put into, whatever it ended up being, 15, 20 minutes of just like, the weeks and weeks of preparation and then filming and then waiting afterwards because, not being able to talk about the part and then it being released and then now the movie being out for everyone to see. It just feels so great that it's getting acknowledged by people is a blessing and an honor.
Amazing. All right. I have to end with this now. It's a hit. We all know it's a hit now. They're talking about spinning it off with Patrick and Vera leaving. We have young Ed and Lorraine. Would you guys want to return, give some of those younger stories that are part of, the real life Ed, Lorraine, what they did? They've done tons of things. Would you like to come back? Can I get from both of you guys? Would you want to return and have some fun?
Oh my gosh, I mean, of course. Yeah, but I'm grateful to be a part of any part of this whole universe. It's just such an amazing, incredible experience. And yeah, would love to.
Orion, is your number open? WB, hello?
Yeah, they got my number, on speed dial, we'll see. No, I think like there is just so much to explore about the younger versions of them. And, what were they like when they weren't experts? What were they like when they were figuring it out and being the first people to do it too, like they didn't have a roadmap. They didn't have a clear way to do this. So I don't know, it would be cool to explore, but to Madison's point, this already is such an amazing thing.
Amazing. Well, congratulations to you both. I'm gonna put that energy in the air. As a fellow actor, we gotta still work. We need work. I'm gonna put that there for you guys. I love it. Again, congratulations on this gig. Congratulations on the work you did. It was amazing. Again, it endeared me to the film and made me it kept me all the way through, and I just it's had to start off with a bang, and y'all did it. So congratulations. Thank you both so much. Everybody, that is Madison Lawlor and Orion Smith, young Ed and Lorraine in The Conjuring: The Last Rites, in theaters right now. Go check it out. I'm KUYA P. Nerds Rule the World. Guys, thank you so much.
Dude,
You're awesome.
You.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. KUYA P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds rule. Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes.
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And you're right, nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Nerds do rule the world. I agree.
We do.
I agree.
We're awesome, aren't we?
Thank you, ladies.
So much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And nerds really do rule the world.
Thank you, sir. It's your boy KUYA P, nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world, all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
Single speaker.
Wonderful.
Whenever you're ready, you have 15 minutes.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Platform PR. Hello, Orion. Hello, Madison. A pleasure to chat with you both. I'm ready to rock and roll if you guys are.
Let's do
it. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Let's go. All right. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 to help me with my edit because we're going to be coming off the trailer. I'm going to introduce myself, introduce you guys, and we'll have some fun.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.